8 days after a man was released from jail for simple battery, he found himself behind bars again for allegedly going after a female who simply rejected his plea to rekindle their relationship. Jackson Mendoza was arrested and charged with false imprisonment, battery, and violation of pretrial release. On Wednesday, Mendoza allegedly battered the victim after contacting her to possibly rekindle their relationship after he was released from jail on October 17th. The 39-year-old's relationship with the victim was not made clear, nor was the victim's age, although she's over the age of 12. While the girl told Mendoza that she did not wish to rekindle their relationship, she stated that she'd rather be cordial with him and support him moving forward. Since the man's release, she would visit his house every day to provide him food and other household members because he has no family or any support system. Mendoza has full access to her home. When Mendoza visited the woman's home on Wednesday, he grabbed her and pushed her against the wall. He reportedly ignored her request to stop and went after her. When the female tried to leave the house, Mendoza hugged her and held her. The girl pushed him and yelled for him to leave her alone before leaving. The girl went to work and Mendoza followed her there on his bike. After telling him again to leave her alone, she made her way to Lake County Sheriff's Office District officers with her mother and reported the incident. Deputies asked the girl if she had been intimate with Mendoza since his release, and she stated that they had a consensual encounter the day of his release. Quote, she instantly regretted the incident and informed Mendoza that this will never happen again, and that this was due to her not being intimate for nearly 2 months. The girl added that there was never any point in their relationship where they had an incident similar to the one that happened Wednesday. Deputies found Mendoza at his house and arrested him. He was transported to the Lake County Jail where he remains on a $60,000 bond. Um, Now I want y'all to pay attention to throughout the article, they said woman, they said female, they said girl, right? So it kept switching up every now in between there, right? And they also stated that she was older than 12, which means that she was a teenager or is a teenager. And the girl was acting way too adult about the situation. I'm not sure if anybody was getting that specifically through the article, how it was written, how it was presented. She was portrayed in a sense to be more adult than what she was. Realistically, wording wise, it almost seemed like she handled the situation better than most adults would handle in a situation, right? And we're dealing with somebody who is more than likely a teenager, right? And I'm guessing that this is a relationship that has been going on for a very long time, right? And I'm pretty sure that the parents, the mother, more than likely knows of the relationship as well, because nowhere in the article did you hear the mother or anybody of her family happening to have a type of issue when it came to knowing about the situation, because it did state that she went to her mother and told her about that specific incident and, what took place and what happened there. And they decided to go to the police and report what took place. This is why he is locked up on that bail at this moment in time. But even within that taking place, you still heard what it is that the girl said. She was like, well, certain things happened due to the fact of, things didn't happen in about 2 months. And then on top of that, what happened last time, that's something that's, never happened before. Basically stating that, hey, that was just a one-off type of thing. Maybe something was like wrong or what, basically giving him excuses. So if he were to actually get a lawyer, right, and a good one, he could very easily get off due to the effect of what it is that she stated. And more than likely, she would go back with him. She would still deal with him because this is still a cordial, like I said, look at the words and how everything is written. Everything still seems cordial. No child should be growing up with this being a normal thing. It just shouldn't. Like I said, the way that she sounds about this situation, this seems like a situation, again, this is somebody that she knows, somebody that has been stated that she's had a relationship with for quite some time. And this is not the mentality that should happen, that should take place. because again, this is somebody um, who doesn't understand specifically what happened, what is going on. This is a grown man. He's almost 40, and she's more than likely a teenager. This is something that should not be happening, nor should it have ever have happened at all. And like I said, I would love to know um, how long this relationship has realistically been going on, and how much of this that the mother knows, and how long she knew specifically about this, because I do understand in certain cultures, things like this are, in a sense, sort of normal, or it's there, but it's just not talked about, but it's allowed to take place. Again, this is ridiculous. This is 100% ridiculous in how these things transpire and happen. Like it just shouldn't. It just should not at all. He needs to be locked up in prison. He needs to be locked up in prison. And anybody that specifically know about this relationship and that allowed this to basically go on, they need to be locked up as just as long, if not more, than him for allowing this madness to sit up there and continue on. Because, like I said, she should be worried about a whole bunch of other things. She should more than likely be worried about, prom, movies, music, fashion, the normal, teenage type of thing. This is not something that she should have to sit up there and worry about at all.